Hey guys, it's me, my face, and a fancy new backdrop. I'm a little bit of a mess right now. We actually spent the day, wait for it, cleaning the house. And by cleaning, I meant I had a Swiffer duster and Mark did all the heavy work. But because of that little burst of industriousness, I didn't get to take a shower till later, so my hair wasn't acceptable till later. And then there was dinner, and then there was the drinking of the beverage. And so here we are. It's almost 8 o'clock at night on Saturday night. I haven't stitched a thing today, and I'm just getting to record my video. And I write my little bullet list of things I want to talk about in OneNote on my PC. And for some reason, it is not syncing to my tablet. So I am winging it. We all know how well that's gone in the past. Don't adjust your sets. I just adjusted the light some. I have some great colors in this room and, in my hair. I don't think anybody can ever see them because for some reason my phone and colors, not so much. So let's jump into the first piece of woefully little stitching I did in the past week. You should be seeing where you last saw Death by Cross Stitch. I have been mostly working on purple up until now, but I said, no, you have to start doing the bones of the thing if you want to move into the next page. Guys, I did so little. I really did. Let me get you up here. You know what's new? This right here. That's it. That's the whole shebang. Yes, not terribly impressive. I just didn't stitch that many days this week. I think I only stitched 4 times and I worked on 4 projects. So not a lot got done, but at least I moved forward on a few things. The next thing I worked on is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. As you know, my new favorite thing in the world. All sorts of energy for this project now. Although I only picked it up once this week. But I really wanted to pick it up all the other times, but I forced myself to stitch other things because I did. This is really no way to live. Anyway, get around the corner, see what you see. I got a big honkin' pumpkin. That was my big win for the week. And actually, I didn't do the whole pumpkin because half of that pumpkin was already done. But I finished that pumpkin. So that's a thing. Praise me. The next thing I worked on is actually something that I think I might UFO. I don't know. Alright. I did just a little bit more on the vines and things. On, what are we even calling this? Christmas hair. Because I went to stitch Santa's beard, and I don't know if I can get close enough that you can see. I stitched it, but you can't see it on this fabric. And then I was going to stitch his face, and you couldn't see it on this fabric. So then I said, well, I'll just have to change the colors. And then I got sidetracked, and then I started stitching a flower, and you couldn't see it on this fabric because why aren't I changing out the colors? Why? Why am I sticking with colors that don't work? I'm good at some things. I don't think this is one of them. So because the Christmas hair was frustrating me so much, I felt like I deserved a new start. Something big and interesting and cool. Well, it's interesting and cool, but it's not very big. Do you remember I had said that I had stitched all of Primitive Hair's holidays except one, and I couldn't remember which one it was, and then it turned out to be Imbolc because she named it Awakening, and I didn't realize I had it, so I didn't stitch it. And you following along? You don't have to. Anyway, I started it, and I am in love with that sheep. I mean, not in a weird way. I'm just saying. Look how fat he is. Look how fat. Look at him. Oh my God. He's so... I love this sheep. I love that. It's fine. He's white. It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with it. I am stitching that white. I actually think it's ecru. What am I guessing? It's sitting here next to me. It's not ecru. It's not any of those things. It's ecru. It just looks really nice on that fabric. It looks pretty bright, which I guess when you're a sheep, that's good. I did also get the chance to use another Victorian motto. This is Garden Path, and I'm using that in place of, I think it was a thread that I hadn't heard of, like a dyer that I wasn't familiar with. I'm probably giving you information over here, but it was supposed to be a moss color, and I think that does just fine. So cute. I think this is just an indication that I need to make myself some more project bags, because that's plastic. Plastic be nasty. So that is actually it. That is all the stitching I did this week, and it is tragically small. I think if I had just picked one piece and worked on it all week, the progress would have been much more significant. I think I probably would have stitched more, just knowing that I didn't have to pick and I didn't have to figure anything out, and I just would sit down and do it. But I didn't just sit down and do it. I did other things. One of the things that I did do instead of stitching was pull the winner for last week's giveaway. So congratulations to Marcia. I'm not going to attempt your last name because I will do something terrible to it. I have already commented on your comment, so if you could just send me either an Instagram message at Andrea_cautionary_tale, or send me your address via email at techno.pagan.333@gmail.com. I will get that in the mail for you. I thank you for watching and participating. Another thing I did last night, rather than stitch, was go shopping. I was Halloweening in August, which I hate to say, it's not really that early for me. It's really just earlier than Mark usually lets me get away with it. First, we went over to Home Goods, which I was actually not disappointed with. I liked a lot of the things that I found there, but have they started getting more and more expensive, like in the past 2 years or so? Because I remember going there and never paying more than like $15 for the coolest of things. And this time around, I was looking at these Halloween, they were like laser cut balsa wood, light up decorations kind of things, like sculptures. And they were like $30. And I'm like, I mean, it's not like it was overpriced, but it was more than I was willing to spend at Home Goods. So I didn't get anything there. Then we went over, I don't know what TJX company is like where you are, but they recently took the Home Goods, the TJ Maxx, and the HomeSense and put them all in one big building, and they're all connected. Now, there's a fourth spot on the end where one would think that the Marshalls across the street would have moved into, but no, that's a wine store. I'm there for it, but why isn't Marshalls there? I don't know. So we went out of Home Goods, past TJ Maxx, and into HomeSense. I don't know what the point of HomeSense is either, because really it's just a slightly nicer Home Goods. It's more like a Pier 1 Imports. And they had, I want to say there was like 20% crossover of the Halloween stuff that they had. But the other Halloween stuff that they had was a lot bigger. So, I don't know. It was like a toss-up. Anyway, we actually did end up getting something there, and it's wrapped up in paper. And if I can find a picture of it, I'll put it up. But it's a raven on a stack of books, and it's a nice nice figurine kind of thing. I'm really thinking of it as more as Mark's than mine, but that's fine. He can have some things too. Then we went across the street to Michael's. I bought things at Michael's. Not just the 22 count Ada that, when am I going to find 22, 20? I don't know. It could be either, but I don't see it there very often, so I got it. But I also got Retro Halloween. Look at it. I'm trying to get the glare away. Look at it. It's so cute. I was really looking for things to hang on the wall, so I was glad that this came with a hanger, but it also has the, the little stand if I want to put it on something. I completely lack shelves and surfaces in this house. I mean, I have them, but they're full. So I was hoping to find things that I could hang on the walls. I was also hoping to find things that I could kind of leave up year round. I don't know if I would leave this up. This was $12. But I am going to leave this up. Look at that. They had another one that was like kind of purpley that I was looking at. And I think it said something like knows all, sees all with the eye in the middle. And that was pretty cool. But I picked this one. And this one was $10. See, this to me, $10 makes sense. And I feel like if I found this at Home Goods, it would have been like 20 or 25 now. And no, not even for really nice year-round, decor. No. Girl on a budget. I have recently started seeing videos pop up for this year's Dollar Tree Halloween. So I definitely need to head over there. Because if you're spending more than $1 on your creepy cloth, you crazy. I also, in today's rampage of cleaning things and organizing things, realized that I need some more like storage bins. And I like those ones. They're rectangular, but they have the handle on the end. So you can put them up on a shelf and kind of take them down even when you're 5'2" and everything doesn't like fall down on your head and make you cry and then the cats laugh at you. Does that only happen to me? It's just me, isn't it? I have been obsessively tracking my Classic Colorworks Floss of the Month Club. It's the Nest Builder, Bob, something. 3 all threads. Go talk to Trisha. She's got the things. This is my first shipment, and I am obsessively tracking it. It's like, you remember a long time ago, kids, get off my lawn, like shipping times were an estimate. And it said, oh, it will arrive on the 14th. But there was also that slight chance it could show up on the 12th. If all the stars aligned and there was a perfect storm of, the plane got in and the thing got on the plane and the thing went out and you could get stuff early. And it was exciting. And it was like the best day of the year when your stuff came early. That doesn't happen anymore. When it says it'll be here Monday, it's going to be here Monday. I had no hope of it coming today or tomorrow. So it's just sad. But I'm not too sad. I'm pretty excited. I tell you, having all these new flosses and having more floss coming really makes me want to start a bunch of things. Like to have, dare I say, like 5 or 6 smalls going. Maybe like half 1/1s and half not. I don't know. I want to use them, and I want more choices when I go to my whip pile and just be like, do I want to sit there with the 11x17 Q-snap, or do I want to just tuck in with a nice little hoop and stitch away on something that I have half a chance of finishing in my lifetime? These seem like reasonable questions. So, Who watched the new Ghost Hunters? Is anyone else as excited as I am? Grant was back. No Jay, but that's okay. There was Grant and all new kids, which is okay. They seem okay. You know, I will always love Ghost Adventures. They are a very different type of show. The guys there are very animated and they're very enthusiastic and they're very theatrical, and that's fun to watch. But the very first, Ghost Hunters was the very first ghost hunting show, and they will always have my heart. And I just love how not theatrical they are, and how, you know, they're just as happy to say, that's just a window squeaking, or nope, I think that's rats, rather than, construct this elaborate tale of that squeaking is the last death squeaks of a woman in 1874 who choked on a chocolate-covered cherry when her daughter said that she was going to marry an Irishman. That's a terrible story. But that's something that Zach would do. There is not a whole lot else going on. I work all the time. I work and I sleep and I eat, and once in a while I get to throw down an IPA, and that's my day right now. There's a lot of big projects going on at work, so I'm kind of being pulled in a lot of directions, and that I don't think has been good for my creativity. As you may remember, I made I'm not going to call it a promise, even though I think it was kind of a promise, that I would have a pattern for everybody to download this week. I do not have that. I do not have that, one, because I ran out of time, but also because I cannot rein it in. Because I kept saying, well, I'll do this little teeny phrase. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do this little teeny phrase, here's this other slightly longer thing that I've always wanted to do, so I might as well just do it now. And then I'll give it away. And then I was like, well, even though I'm going to give it away, I kind of want it to be good, and I want to have this specific motif in the thing. And then I lost myself in the PDFs that I have downloaded of all of those antique cross-stitch books and embroidery books, because I was looking for a little medieval man that I know I've seen somewhere. You can just imagine the descent into madness that occurred. I'm going to try again for next week. I'm going to channel Diana. I'm going to channel Michelle. And it will be fine. It will be fine. You can only barely see it's fine. Who set up this camera? Good Lord. Okay, guys, I think that's it for this week. I am going to get this video edited and uploaded. I'm going to pour myself some wine because I want to. And hopefully have some time for stitching in between all the things. As always, thank you. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Thank you for your likes and your dislikes. Thank you for all your comments and for checking in on me. I appreciate it. Thank you for being my community. Bye, guys.